Good morning and good evening. I'm Alice from USC. Welcome audience in Zoom and the living streaming platforms of USC graduate education. This is 146 USC event. Here you will get the latest information about different majors, learn about the cutting-edge knowledge in various fields, and enrich your mind. Today, we are honored to have two guests to share with us. I will briefly introduce May first. May, she is the Director of International Student Initiatives, as well as the Director of Information Technology in USA Leonard Davis School of Gerontology. And another guest, we also have pleasure of welcoming Stephen. He is admission counselor in USA Leonard Davis School of Gerontology. And today's webinar is about STEAM programs at the USA Leonard Davis School of Gerontology. During the webinar, you can do some marks for your thinking or questions. And at the end of the webinar, there will be a Q&A session of no less than 15 minutes. And send your questions to the screen through the chat box. We will try to answer as many questions as possible. And also, you will send your comments on live streaming platforms and repost our live streaming. The webinar will be recorded and may be used as a video material for production. And then some of the information may not be available on the different live platforms. So if you miss some content or would you like to get some links and contact information, you can send a message to our account on each platform, explain what you need, and we will send it. Okay, now turn it over to May and Stephen. Let them introduce themselves and let's get started with today's share. Welcome, May.
Hi， 欢迎你们今天来参加这个互动。我的名字 May A， 中文名字叫吴燕梅。我是南加州大学老年学学院国际交流和资讯科技总监。我今天Stephen 也是等一位会跟你讲讲我们学院的课程。Stephen, you want to say a few words before I start?
大家好，我是 Stephen. I am an admission counselor here at the University of Southern California's Leonard Davis School of Gerontology. I'll briefly describe the programs and career opportunities for you, but I'll let May continue first.
Okay. Well, you see this picture. 你看到这个是我们南加州大学的校园中心。南加州大学呢，就位于南加州的洛杉矶市中心附近。Leonard Davis School 戴维斯老年学院呢，就是位于南加大的校园里面。南加大呢，就是一个系列的研究大学，在美国的大学排名非常之高。我们呢，南加大学呢有22个学院，一个老年学院呢，就是我们其中第一个学院。我们有4700多个教授。我们的南加大的校友团是非常的庞大，现在有48万的校友，他们呢全部校友会分布是在各地，很多有领导职位的校友，其中有一半以上呢是在加州的，是位于加州的。我们今年呢有21000个本科学生，26000多个研究博士生，差不多呢有13000多个国际留学生，来自不同的140个国家。南加州大学是美国拥有最多中国留学生的权利的学生的大学。今年呢，我们有6500多个来自中国的留学生，他们会来自中国啦、台湾啦、香港不同的地区，占我们国际留学生的人口，大部分差不多有65% 啦。Leonard Davis School 是全球第一所专门研究老年科学的学院，我们在世界的排名是第一位的。这个就是我们老年中心。这个中心呢是在1964年建成的， 学院呢在1975年创立，规模最大，已经差不多有50年的历史了。学院来师资雄厚，有来自老年医学啦、心理学啦、社会学啦、人口统计学、营养学、商业管理学、生物学等多种领域的专家学者也在我们的学院里面。那什么是 Gerontology 老年学呢？老年学呢是研究生命衰老，解决老百姓老年化的问题，对人类发展和生命周期衰老负责性的研究。衰老过程注定又普遍，与每个人、行业、公司和社区都是息息相关的，也有相关培训养老管理专业人才和做很多科学的研究。现在科学呢，地波和全球人口变化正将焦点放在老年化的挑战和机遇上。到了2040年，1/5的美国人将会超过65岁。到了2050年，全球约有4.6亿的人口超过65岁。中国是世界上老年化人口增长最快的国家之一。由于如此寿命延长和生育率下降，预计到了2040年，中国60岁以上人口将达到28%。从来没有像现在这么迫切需要老年学，对老年学家的需求也从来没有像现在这么迫切。老年学家将是个生物学、生理学、社会学和公共政策的多方面模型应用于衰老研究。我们长期以来一直在为老年学研究开辟新的领域，我们是世界老年领域的领先者。我们建立了多个不同的教育项目，我们是世界上主要的老化研究与教育中心之一。我们有不同的科研与领先的团队，我们的研究中心很广泛。我们是第一个提供老年学博士学位，第一个老年生物学博士学位，第一个结合商业管理与老年理学学士学位。学院呢，提供10多个不同的学士专业学位、本科学位和博士学位。等一位我们的招生顾问 Stephen 会详细介绍我们学院的不同的学位。那拥有我们老年学学位的就业机会非常之广泛，好像是在商业管理啦、市场促进啦、科学研究啦、法律、医学、健康医疗、行政管理、建筑工程等等不同的方向。我们现在想介绍一下就业的我们的校友。刚刚我讲我们的南加大的校友团队是非常的庞大，有40万人对着。那我们的也有很多优秀的校友在我们本院。现在介绍这个 Ruby 刘宇纯。刘宇纯呢就拥有养老服务管理专业学士学位，他是来自台湾，毕业之后呢就在中国工作。他精通美国 CCRC 就是 Continuing Care Retirement Community 持续照料终身养老服务。现在他是在中国世界院终身的护理院长。还有我们的朱玉官 Fisher， 他是我们的博士后研究人员。他毕业于中国上海中医药大学，他首先在 USC 的 International Academy 念这个 P-Master Program， 之后来到我们学院拿到了老年学学士学位，毕业后再攻读我们老年学的博士学位。现在他是我们的博士后研究人员。Christy 王纯义，他拥有养老服务管理专业学士学位， 他有7年多的为老年人社区服务经验的老年学专家。他现在是 IE 海默路探及非营利机构的经理，专为华人和美国华人服务。他工作的公司叫做 Alzheimer Asian and Asian American Services。那你可以看到我们的校友的情奏很多不同的方向可以就业。那这个就是我的联系的方式我的微信号，欢迎大家关注。有什么问题可以加我的微信，我的微信是 USC MAYNG， 就是 USC 我的名称 USC May。还有我的 email 我的website 你可以找我们。那现在我想请 Stephen 我们的招生顾问跟你们讲解申请我们学院的顺序。Stephen， 谢谢你们。
Thank you, May. Again, my name is Stephen. I'm an admission counselor here at the Leonard Davis School of Gerontology. I'm here to answer any questions that you have about our programs, our admission process, or our school. I am an alumni of the university and can help tell you more about student life and experience. But I'm going to use the time tonight to discuss our programs and the career opportunities that it prepares our students for. If you have any questions, you can email me below, and this QR code will direct you to our website, where you can also submit an inquiry form and we can answer you with more program information. As May said, our campus is located in the heart of Los Angeles. It's in one of the most vibrant metropolitan cities in the world. You can find nightlife, museums, culture. We're a short drive to the beach, the mountains for skiing, or the desert for camping. Right here in the picture on the left is downtown, and our campus is just to the right of it. And we're located near the metro. Most of our students choose to live within walking distance of our campus. There's restaurants and grocery stores and stores on our campus as well. So convenient if you choose to relocate to Los Angeles for your degree program. Our mission here is to create the next generation of leaders within the field of gerontology. May briefly touched on how important our population demographics are turning, meaning that we're now seeing a large population of gerontologists that are needed, the career opportunities that are opening up for those students, and opening up in a variety of fields. So we're preparing our students for careers in gerontology through 4 different lenses, which are biology, psychology, sociology, and public policy. And we're able to give our students this holistic approach because our faculty have joint appointments in other departments here at the university. That means while they may hold a department in gerontology, they may also hold one in social work. So giving you that well-rounded experience, bringing in other theories, models, or relations to the study of gerontology. The field is rapidly expanding. Here in the US, we've identified it as a high growth rate field by the US Labor Department, and we're not the only country where we're starting to see this happen. East Asia, Europe, the Middle East are also starting to see aging populations. And with that said, here in the US, 1 in 5 Americans in the next 15 years will be over the age of 65. It's a huge percentage of the population that's going to need and require services and have the economic spending power to purchase those services. So we offer a variety of different degree programs that prepare students for these career opportunities. We offer 2 different bachelor's degrees. One is preparing students for either social science or health science track, and the other is preparing you for a career within the health span. You can pursue with our bachelor's degrees careers such as law or medicine, dentistry, pharmacy. You can go into social work, law, or public policy or advocacy. We offer 3 different minors degrees. A progressive degree, so students that want to complete a bachelor's and master's together. We have internships not only in our bachelor's programs, but also in one of our master's programs, and study abroad opportunities for all of our students in bachelor's and master's programs. Today, I'm going to focus primarily on our master's degrees that May introduced you to. We currently have 11 different masters. We have 3 that focus on kind of business administration or management, 4 that focus on nutrition and dietetics, and others that focus on technology, medicine, or gerontology specifically. And we also have 2 fully funded doctoral programs that I'll talk about last. But I do want to mention that we were the first school to have a PhD in gerontology and a master's in gerontology. So all of our master students, whether you're an international or domestic student, you're eligible to apply to our merit-based scholarship. We do award $500,000 in merit-based scholarship to our students, so I definitely encourage you to apply, and you can apply directly on the application to the program. In addition, our Office of Financial Aid has other information about how to fund your program and advisors to help you with your questions for funding. All of our master's programs are available in their entirety online or in person. So if you come to Los Angeles, we'll require you to take it full-time. But if you choose to remain in your home country, you may have the option of doing it online as a part-time student. All of our master's students, like I said, can partake in those short-term study abroads, which are only 3 to 4 weeks long. And you have the opportunity to participate in internships or research. So I'll start with our flagship program, which is our Master of Science in Gerontology. The program's focused on giving you the most wide breadth of courses within the field of gerontology of any master's program we offer. So those 4 core lenses, biology, sociology, psychology, and public policy, you'll be required to take courses in all of those disciplines. You will have a number of elective units that you can use to have sort of a mini focus or concentration, or you can spread out your elective units to explore your career opportunities. Within the program, we also have a field practicum, which is our internship program. If you choose to come to Los Angeles, you can meet with our internship director, she can understand what some of your career or academic goals may be, and may be able to point you in the right direction of an internship. So you're gaining 240 hours of real-world work experience while completing the master's program. It's great because you can do this internship in a variety of different fields, which can either turn into a full-time position after graduation or set you up for a career here in the US or back in your hometown. We see some of our students do the internship or pursue careers within consulting or advocacy work, those that want to start their own business. We've seen those that want to provide services for older adults and their families or counsel. You can also go into scientific study or research or education, work within law or public policy, or you can evaluate certain programs that are already existing in your area for their effectiveness. What's unique about our Master of Science in Gerontology degree is that we also offer it as a dual degree program. We define a dual degree program as giving you the ability to complete 2 different degree programs at the university at the same time. If you're admitted into both programs, we'll reduce the number of required courses for both programs so that you can finish both quicker than if you were to do one at a time. I would say some of our most popular dual degree options are the MBA, the Master of Social Work, the PharmD, or even the Health Administration. But we do offer a Public Administration and a Juris Doctorate as well. Our second program is our Master of Arts in Gerontology. So if you already have some working experience, either 2 to 5 years within the field of aging, this program will complement and polish your executive skills or your managerial leadership skills. So it's combining some of those core disciplines, biology, sociology, psychology, and public policy, into the courses and giving you the current theories or trends within the field. So it sets you up for the same type of career opportunities as a Master of Science in Gerontology, but it does not include that internship component. So therefore, it's only 7 classes. So you can do it in as little as a year. The next 3 programs that I'm going to talk about have an emphasis on administration, management, or hospitality. So our senior living hospitality, we've partnered with Cornell. So you have the option to earn a master's degree from USC and a graduate certificate from Cornell at no additional tuition cost. This program is focusing on giving you the skill set to be a manager, a director, or a owner, operator of a senior care facility, whether that be long-term retirement, assisted living, or another type of aging-related facility. In the program, you'll be taking courses related to branding, marketing, consumer decision-making, management and administration, but you're also going to be looking at the nutritional, physical, and social needs of the inhabitants. We have 2 faculty that have worked primarily with this program, and they have started large senior care facilities in East Asia. So you'll be learning from them. So you know that their theories, their trends, what they're trying to convey in this class is not just specific to the Los Angeles area. It's applicable in multiple regions or cities, whether that be a rural setting or a large urban setting. The next program is our Aging Services Management, which has the highest number of elective units out of all the master's programs that I'm going to talk about. So that allows you to really focus on providing the care or service towards the older adult population, whether that be assessing public policy, instituting new laws or regulations within the healthcare industry. Whether it be looking at developmental psychology, counseling older families and adults as they go through the aging process, or preparing families for retirement. Some of the other courses that you can take are going to look at managerial and leadership skills, or preparing you for entrepreneurship. So allowing you to start your own business or be a consultant, or market yourself towards a larger career or organization about how to provide services for older adults. The third program that I want to discuss in administration, management, hospitality is our long-term care administration. This has more of a narrow focus in terms of preparing you to become an administrator within the healthcare or allied health professions, specifically towards retirement communities or assisted living or long-term care facilities. You get to take classes within 3 different schools here at the university: the School of Gerontology, the School of Economics, and the School of Public Policy. So it's giving you that rounded approach to being an administrator. So you know the special psychological or social needs of the inhabitants, but you're also getting the economics, public policy, or finance and administration aspect of the healthcare professions. The next program I'm going to discuss is our Master of Arts in Medical Gerontology. I see 2 types of students come into this program. Those that want to pursue medical school, dental school, pharmacy school, they're using this as a program before entering those professions to either make their applications more competitive or to gain a deeper knowledge into geriatric care. Or a second type of student is those that have already attended some of those allied health professional schools and want to come back to specialize within geriatric care. We define gerontology as a more umbrella term and geriatrics more focused on the medical side of gerontology. So within this program, students learn how to recognize signs of aging naturally versus aging with chronic illness or disease, how to work with polypharmacy, interaction with multiple chronic illnesses and aging, can also look at cardiovascular diseases and implications of Alzheimer's, cancers, dementia, diabetes. And you're also going to take an administration class. But what I do encourage the students for their 2 elective courses is to take technology, to look at telemedicine and e-health, technological devices for the health professions, so devices to restore sight or walking mobility, but it could also be how to use these for home modification use. If you're more interested in the technological aspect, have an IT or design background, I would then recommend our Master of Science in Applied Technology and Aging. It's designed for students that have some sort of technological design, IT background, and want to combine it with the allied health professions, specifically for older adults. Some of the technologies that you're looking at is how to make social media or websites age inclusive for all generations. You could be working with home modification devices, so how to turn on and off the lights with your voice, or instead of invading your privacy with a camera in your bedroom or bathroom, why not use a radar device? So it's preparing students that either want to get into the applicational use of softwares, design, social media, technology, or medical devices. Or you can also work for large corporations like Apple, Microsoft, Google, that want to hire individuals that are starting large departments focused on technology just for this next generation of older adults. Now I'm going to focus on 4 programs that have an emphasis in nutrition and dietetics. The first one is our Nutrition, Health Span, and Longevity program. And this is preparing students specifically to earn the registered dietitian licensure. This allows you to practice in the United States as a registered dietitian. So in terms of applying to the program, this program does have prerequisites, unlike any of the others I've discussed. We will require you to complete 11 courses and 40 hours of shadow experience before applying or before starting our program. And then in the program, you'll gain 1,000 hours of supervised practice. So it's really preparing you to sit for that exam, work within clinical nutrition, sports nutrition, start your own nutritional practice, or work within the health span nutritional field. If you have a stronger emphasis on wanting to work with food service, so food safety, food storage, food preparation, or how food can interact across your lifespan, I would say our Master of Arts in Food Service Management and Dietetic hits upon those points. It's also preparing you to work as a certified dietary manager in the United States. This is the only out of the 4 nutrition dietetics focused programs that does not have any prerequisite coursework. So it's really preparing you to work either in the US or outside of the US within food service. You can work in cafeterias, organizations, or corporations that offer food service, food safety, or within these healthcare facilities as well. If you are thinking of practicing nutrition dietetics outside of the United States, our Master of Science in Lifespan Nutrition and Dietetics can do that for you. Or if you want to practice in the US for a while, it will also prepare you for the Certified Dietary Manager exam. It does have 4 prerequisite courses listed here, and it can be done in as little as a year. But it really allows you to focus on the molecular cellular levels of nutrition dietetics, how it interacts with the body across different stages of life. You'll also learn about chronic illnesses and diseases and how different diets can use to either alleviate symptoms, be preventative measures, or contribute to a clinical dietitian plan. If you are already practicing as a registered dietitian in the United States, or have a didactic program in dietetics or a DPD verification statement, this is another master's that we offer called our nutritional science. It goes into greater depth about nutrition at the molecular and cellular level, and it's really designed for those that want to be already practicing as a registered dietitian. If you're not sure if you want to complete a master's or dedicate the time, or if this field is for you, I would really encourage you to consider our graduate certificate in gerontology. The program is short, it's only 4 courses. It gives you an introduction into how to look at gerontology, also from a different perspective or career aspect. So if you're a lawyer, it gives you this ideology of how to interact with older adults within your law practice. You do have some elective courses in this program as well, so you do get to choose for any of the courses that we offer at the master's level for those elective courses. I've seen a lot of individuals use this degree also to pivot into a new career, whether that be mid-career, end of career. We have students as old as their late 60s participating in our classes. So they're bringing in different specializations, theories, ways of thought, and I think that's what really makes some of our master's classes unique, is that you have individuals from all ages, from all different backgrounds, participating in these discussions and bringing in unique perspectives to the topic that you're studying that week. So now I'll transition to our 2 PhD programs. The first is our PhD in gerontology. This program focuses on the psychological, behavioral, and sociological impact of the lifespan. This program is also fully funded. Fully funded means we will cover the tuition costs of the program in addition to providing you a stipend check for your living expenses. This means we'll pay your tuition and give you your living expenses for the duration of the program, which is typically 4 to 6 years long. These are some of the faculty that are teaching within the program. Top left is Dr. Jennifer Alshire. She's a demographer by trade, really looking at social relationships within different cities. Dr. Eileen Kremens is a biodemographer. She's looking at socioeconomic status, and she's compared different countries in some of her previous work. Dr. Susan Inguidanos is looking at palliative care or hospice care or end-of-life care. Top right, Dr. Mara Mathers looking at stress, emotion, and cognition, and how that can affect your lifespan. Dr. Kate Wilbur is looking at criminal abuse or the criminal justice system and how other adults can access it or may not be able to access it depending on certain outcomes. And bottom right, Dr. Elizabeth Zielinski is looking at cognition, memory loss, memory retention, and language comprehension. The second PhD program that we offer is a PhD in geroscience. It was recently renamed from our Biology of Aging program. The program now focuses on biology of aging, either at the molecular and cellular level, regenerative sciences, biomedical sciences, translational research, regenerative properties and stem cell research, or neuroscience as well. Again, this program is fully funded, and it does take about 4 to 6 years to complete as well. These are some of the faculty that work within this program. I would like to note on the top left is Dean Pinchas Cohen. He's the dean of our school and does still actively participate in research. Some of his previous research has focused on neurodegeneration, cancers, or diabetes. Dr. Berenice Benioun below him works on epigenomes, specifically in the vertebrate. Her current studies are working with the African jellyfish. Bottom left is Dr. Sean Curran. He's looking at social and environmental factors at the molecular and genetic level. Dr. Walter Longo on the top right is looking at the Mediterranean or fasting mimicking diet, specifically as preventative measures for Alzheimer's or cancers or diabetes. In the middle on the right, Dr. Christian Pike is looking and examining how different sexes age differently. And on the bottom right is Dr. Mark Vilmust, and he's looking at transcriptomes and mitochondria currently. So while some of our courses are rigorous, we do want to give you the ability and the skill set to become leaders within your specific industry or your career path. But we want to also give you the applicational use of these programs and knowledge. And we're able to do that through our short-term study abroads. These are typically only 3 to 4 weeks long. The first week of the class is typically in Los Angeles, and the next 2 to 3 weeks are in the destination country. We have one course that goes to Italy. I've nicknamed it the Death and Dying class because you're looking at the death and dying practice within the Mediterranean and comparing it to your own, either culture, region, or city. Second class that we offer goes to Israel, really looking at stress, emotion, and cognition within your behavior and personality. We have 2 more classes that go to Italy that look at nutrition and genetics, while one looks at the role that nutrition and genetics or food played within history. We have another course that goes to Colombia that's looking at social activities and assisted care facilities, and one that's going to Costa Rica that looks at 2 different blue zones. A blue zone is an area or high concentration of people that live to be 100 years or older. So there's one near Los Angeles and one in Costa Rica, and you're comparing the 2 different blue zones. Our 2 newest courses, one's going to the United Kingdom and Ireland to look at the genetics or environmental factors and how they have a relationship together. And the second one's going to South Korea to look at the novel technologies or inventions that are coming out of different universities and companies or organizations in South Korea. In addition, we offer a variety of other opportunities. 2 that I would like to highlight are our Student Gerontology Association, open to students in all of our different degree programs, whether that be bachelor's, master's, or PhD. They tend to focus on philanthropic or volunteer work, but they are also responsible for hosting our alumni dinner. And I think that's one thing that really makes our university unique. As May briefly mentioned, we have a very strong alumni connection or alumni network. Our unofficial mascot is a Trojan, and unofficial slogan is Trojans help Trojans. So we have connections pretty much everywhere, and they're here to help you, whether that be starting your career path or if you get to a point in your career path where you're ready to hire more Trojans as well. If you end up coming to our campus, you can also attend our colloquium lecture series, which happens every Thursday. You will get free lunch and get to listen to a guest lecturer or researcher within the field. And it's great because you can also listen to research that may not be your necessary specialty or focus, but gives you that more holistic approach to the field. We also offer a variety of different student events. We celebrate with a large luncheon open to all students, staff, and faculty at our school. It's a great way to informally talk to students or faculty that you may not have in your classes or your program. Some of the celebrations that we partake are Lunar New Year, a winter festival, a fall festival. We look at Dia de los Muertos. We have Pride Month, Black History Month, really celebrating our diverse student body. So in order to apply to our programs, we will request you submit some additional information in addition to our online application, such as a resume, a statement of interest, letters of recommendation, and official transcripts. If you've completed your bachelor's degree in China or another East Asian country in its entirety, then we will require you to submit English language proficiency test scores. If you have a strong academic background, we can waive the GRE test scores for our master's and graduate certificate programs. In addition to those requirements, the PhD programs will require 3 letters of recommendation instead of 2 and a writing sample. That can be published or unpublished work. It can be a paper from a previous class, a master's thesis or honors dissertation, or it can be an original writing sample that you create for the application. And we do not require the GRE test scores for our PhD programs. Some deadlines to keep in mind, as there are a couple of different admission cycles depending on the program that you're most interested in applying to. We're currently still accepting applications for a summer or fall start date for our master's or graduate certificate programs in 2024. Our summer start date is typically in May, and our fall start date is in August. If you're planning ahead, I encourage you to submit your application by October 15th for a spring start date, which is January, or submit it by March 15th for that summer or fall start date of next year. That March 15th and October 15th deadlines stay the same typically every year. If you're most interested in applying to the Nutrition, Health Span, and Longevity program, the one which prepares you for the registered dietitian exam in the US, please submit your application by March 15th. That is a hard deadline, unlike the other application cycles for the master's and graduate certificate programs, which are rolling admission, which means we'll continue to accept after the priority deadline, either until our seats are full or classes have started. The PhD programs have 1 admission cycle per year. The application is typically released in September, The application's due December 1st, and then the program starts the following August, or in our fall semester. So I've mentioned a variety of different programs and career opportunities with each program. But to reiterate, some of our students go into nonprofit work. They're starting a grassroots organization or an NGO. They're going into medicine or medical research. They're starting their own businesses or becoming entrepreneurs, how to provide services for older adults, interacting or interpreting law or policy. They're going into education or the healthcare system as administrators or aides, or they're going into policy or transportation planning. What are some of the needs that our future older adults will need? So I hope I could enlighten you in terms of the career opportunities and possibilities out there within the field of aging and gerontology. But I would like to take this time now to answer any questions that you have. If you have any questions that you're not comfortable sharing in a group setting, please feel free to email them to me. I'd be happy to email them in great depth, and we can also set up a time to speak individually as well.
Thank you. Thank you for your wonderful talk, May and Stephen. We believe that our audiences have gained a lot of valuable information. We know that there are more and more issues and concerns related to gerontology, whether from the perspective of individual health or the overall social trend and related research, profession, employment, and career development are also very hot, and the related demand is also very large. China seems to be gradually entering the aging society, and therefore the aging industry and the related disciplines are very concerned. For USC, the research and application in this area are relatively more mature and perfect. Some of our majors still belong to STEAM disciplines, which allows our students to have more time and possibility for in-depth research, personal career development, practice, and long-term development. I believe there are many audience who want to know more about these situations. Let's take a look at the chat box as well as various live platforms. I'm going to read through them one by one so that May and Stephen can answer them and make it easier for those who participated in today's webinar on different platforms to get the information. So the first question is, the audience ask, what kind of work do the graduates of some majors in gerontology do? Could you give a specific example of professionals and occupations? Thank you.
Yeah, May had a couple of examples in her PowerPoint of what our alumni are doing. It really just depends on your career interest. We have students working here in Washington, D.C. at the national government level, creating policy. We have students working for the Alzheimer's Association, whether that be advancing research, preventative care. We have some of our alumni that have started their own companies in either medical devices, whether it be the technology aspect, care services, software management. We've seen some of our students go into social work, providing social services to family. Some of our students have gone into psychology or are coming from psychology backgrounds, so they're more interested in counseling families or older adults. You can also see some of our alumni working within the field of education, how to provide education, how to interact or learn with older adults. So gerontology is a multidiscipline. It's really not necessarily looking at just one aspect of the aging process. It's combining all of these different disciplines and lenses together. So if you have an idea for a business, or if you want to go work for a large corporation like a bank, Merrill Lynch, Bank of America, we have students that have done that as well. If you send me an email, I can send you our careers page of our website, And that will have example job titles and companies that some of our alumni have worked at. And if you're interested in the PhD programs, you can also go to our PhD student handbooks. In the very few last pages are our students that have graduated from that program, their dissertation title, and their first job after earning their PhD. So you can see exactly what they did.
Okay, thank you. We can see the Zoom chat box. The question is, Stephen, is Dallas program fully funded like PhD program? Thank you.
Our PhD programs are unique that they're fully funded. Our DLAS, or Doctorate of Longevity Arts and Sciences program, is like our master's program. You'll be responsible for the tuition.
Okay, thank you. Another question is, when the audience said, when do I start applying for Cornell University related certificates? How long does it take to complete? Thank you.
I'm assuming that means the admission process. So if you submit your application by the priority deadline, and we have all of your application materials, we can process an admit decision pretty quickly, within 2 to 4 weeks. Whether that is you submitting after the priority deadline, but we won't review until the priority deadline has passed. The graduate certificate in gerontology program, if you're coming to Los Angeles, you can do all 4 classes in 1 semester, which is 5 months. If you choose to stay in your home country, you can do the program as part-time and take as little as 1 class a semester, in which case it would take you a little over a year.
Okay, thank you. The next one is, what exactly are the STEAM programs at the USA Leonard Davis School of Gerontology?
Yeah, we have 2 master's degree programs that will give you that STEM visa. They're both focused on nutrition and dietetics, and I'll let May talk a little bit more about the STEM.
Okay, thank you. The next one is, what undergraduate major or academic background can I apply for? Thank you.
That's the beauty of our degree programs, is that we understand that not everyone has come from a background in gerontology. So that means we are looking more at what experiences have you had that have led you to want to pursue a degree program in the field of gerontology, and more importantly, why at USC? And how can the program help you achieve some of your career and academic goals? So for the majority of our programs, we are not expecting you to have a specific bachelor's in gerontology or social work, just explain how you want to pursue this field. Some of our nutrition and dietetics programs, you do have to have those prerequisite courses. So even if you come from a different bachelor's degree and you have completed those prerequisite courses, that will suffice for reviewing your application.
Okay, thank you. The next one is, how soon can the Master of Arts in Gerontology be complete?
The Master of Arts in Gerontology is 7 courses or 28 units, so that can be completed in as little as a year as a full-time student.
Okay, thank you. The next one is, what is STEAM and what are the advantages of STEAM program?
Yeah, May, do you want to answer this one?
Yeah, the STEM program gives you like 29-month working experience after you graduate. You obtain the OPT for 29 months. The first time you requested for the OPT, they grant you 12 months, and after that you could do an extension up to 29 months of OPT. So that is the advantage of the STEM program.
Okay. Thank you, May. And next one is, what is the time to apply for OPT if you want to work in the United States? Is OPT the school's I-20? Thank you.
No, OPT is the person come to US for school, they will get a I-20 from the school they apply to. And when they get an I-20, they stay with the program. When they finish the program, then usually students do it the last semester of their program. before they graduate, and then they could apply for the OPT. So the OPT you apply for our Office of International Service Department, and then they will grant you the OPT. The first time they grant you will be for 12 months. If you have a STEM program, like Stephen mentioned, we have 2 programs have the STEM option, so they'll will give you extension for another up to 29 months.
Okay, thank you. And the next one is, does applying to School of Gerontology STEAM program require applicants to have a relatively good background in mathematics and science? Thank you.
Applying to any of our programs, we're really looking for you to meet the minimum requirements of the program and make sure that you're going to be able to complete the rigors of the program and learn the program objectives. So those 2 programs that we're talking about that are STEM, they do have prerequisite courses. So some of those prerequisite courses include biology, biochemistry, anatomy. So as long as you've completed those courses, you'll suffice in terms of submitting an application and being considered for review for admission.
Thank you. And the audiences ask, in China, I do bone injury rehabilitation for the elderly. When I study gerontology for a master's degree, can I take courses in the USA division of biokinesiology and physical therapy? Thank you.
So within our programs, we do have required courses. So in order to earn our degree programs, you have to take those required courses. And then you have elective units. Any of those elective units can be from any class that we offer at the same degree level program. So if you're in a master's degree, you would complete the courses that we offer at the master's degree level. So we do have courses that are focused on medical gerontology, whether that be talking about rehabilitation within different aspects of like treating older adults with multiple chronic illnesses or diseases, whether it be looking at signs of recognizing aging naturally versus aging with these chronic illnesses or diseases. But you're not going to necessarily have a concentration or a full set of classes within that field. It'll be more topics within other classes.
Okay, thank you. The next one is, the audience said, I learned that there are many professional certificates in the United States, such as the License for Aging-Friendly Renovation, RCFE, residential care for the elderly, etc. What resources does the school have to help me learn about different career certificates to match my career path? Thank you.
Yeah, so our school is also housed within the Andrus Gerontology Center, which has outreach within a lot of other professional programs. May and I work specifically for the school, and so we're here to represent the graduate programs. So while you may have faculty that are involved in some of those other professional certifications, programs, or licensures, May and I are representing the graduate degree programs. So the closest that we would have would be our graduate certificate in gerontology. However, we do have an Andrus volunteer group. Some of your research may be interacting with some of those organizations. Some of your faculty may have connections within those organizations. So while May and I may not specialize in it, your faculty may have a deeper understanding of how you can approach it, which one may be appropriate for you, and how it can align with your career.
Okay, thank you. The next one is, that the school offer internships to students in STEAM programs? Thank you.
So our 2 programs that qualify you for that STEM visa will have you do an field practicum. So you'll have to complete a certain number of hours within those programs in order to graduate. So that also translates to either shadow experience or working experience.
Okay, thank you. And another one is, I have 1 year of work experience. Can I apply for Master of Arts in Gerontology? Thank you.
Yeah, we're looking for 2 to 5 years of experience within the field in order to apply to that program. If you have that 1 year, go ahead and send me an email and we can discuss how that experience can relate, or if you have any other experience that can get you to that 2-year mark so that you're able to apply.
Okay, thank you. We're almost out of time for Q&A session. Let's finish with one more question. This question is, do students in STEAM programs prefer a PhD or a job after graduation? Thank you.
So I think it just depends on what type of career you're most interested in. If you want to stay within academia or research, I would encourage you to pursue the PhD. If you want to continue or start working right away after a master's degree, we have lots of students that pursue that route. Our master's programs are not necessarily direct stepping stones into the PhD program. May gave one example, Fisher, who did do the master's and then pursue the PhD, so it's possible as well. It really just depends, and you can speak with your academic advisor. You can speak with me as an admission counselor, or you can even speak with May or our senior associate dean on which career path is most appropriate for you and what degree program you would need to do to complete or qualify for that path.
Okay, thank you, everyone. And that is our Q&A session. For those of you in the Zoom and platforms, I believe you have some understanding of the STEAM program at USA Leonard Davis School of Gerontology. Also seem to reinforce the popularity of our gerontology as well as STEAM program. Thank you again. Closing to the end, May and Stephen, could you say a few more words to our audience or to those who are going to apply, encourage and bless them? So please.
I could say a few words, and then like I said, if you have any question about our program, how to apply, you could feel free to contact either Stephen or May, myself, and I have my WeChat. It's spelled out USC MAYNG. I know on the other platform they cannot see our post on the chat, so that's why I spell out my WeChat ID as USC MAYNG. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm here to answer any questions that you have, whether that be living in Los Angeles, moving to Los Angeles, how to apply, going through the application process, how these programs can fit in with your career. I'm here to help you. And I think the hardest part of starting this process is just starting the application. So for all of you that are here, congrats for being here and exploring the different opportunities or options that are out there. We are the oldest and largest school of gerontology in the United States. So with that carries a lot of prestige. It carries a lot of alumni that are kind of foundational or leaders within the field. And we're here to share our expertise with you. And I think what really, in addition to our programs and our history, is that we're a small, close-knit school. So you really get the attention that you need to ask questions, to go into your faculty's offices, but we're a very large research institution as well. So you have all the resources that you could imagine, whether that be writing help, application help, career help, in addition to that close-knit family. But please reach out to us. My email is my last name, which is stumph@usc.edu. And please reach out to May and I, and we can help answer any questions.
Okay, thank you, May and Stephen, and thanks audience for joining us today event. If you need more information during the preparation for your respective academic backgrounds, practical experiences, or more questions, you can email May and Stephen, visit the USC website. You can also continue to leave comments on our various platforms. We will make short videos on some professional knowledge points and release them. You can continue to follow, repost, like them, and bookmark it, so that you can work them over and over again, get information, harvest growth.